The Battle of Waxhaws, fought on May 29, 1780, during the American Revolutionary War, stands as one of the most infamous engagements of the conflict. Taking place in South Carolina, the battle pitted the British forces under Lieutenant Colonel Banastre Tarleton against an outnumbered group of American Continental Army soldiers led by Colonel Abraham Buford. The battle is often remembered for its brutality and the alleged massacre of surrendering American troops, leading to the phrase Tarleton's Quarter, a reference to the notion that Tarleton and his men showed no mercy. This engagement significantly influenced the morale and resolve of Patriot forces, fueling resentment against the British in the southern colonies. Background. In early 1780, the British, having captured Charleston, sought to solidify their control over South Carolina. British forces, under General Charles Cornwallis, aimed to crush any lingering resistance in the region. Colonel Abraham Buford was tasked with retreating north with approximately 350 Continental soldiers, mainly from Virginia, to regroup with other American forces. However, the British were determined to prevent any potential reorganization of Patriot forces. Lieutenant Colonel Banastre Tarleton, commanding a highly mobile unit of British dragoons and Loyalist troops, was ordered to pursue Buford's force. Tarleton's cavalry, known for their speed and ferocity, caught up with Buford's retreating column near the Waxhaws settlement on May 29, 1780. The battle. As Tarleton's forces neared Buford's troops, the American commander was given an ultimatum to surrender under seemingly lenient terms. Buford, expecting reinforcements and possibly believing he could still escape, refused to surrender. Tarleton wasted no time in launching an aggressive attack. Tarleton's dragoons, supported by Loyalist infantry, charged the American column with overwhelming force. Though Buford attempted to form a defensive line, his troops were quickly overrun by the superior British cavalry. Within minutes, the American formation collapsed, and many soldiers attempted to flee. The battle took on a grim turn when reports emerged that Tarleton's men continued slaughtering American troops even after they attempted to surrender. According to American accounts, the British showed no quarter, killing wounded and defenseless men. The exact details of what happened remain debated, with British sources suggesting that the violence escalated due to the chaos of battle rather than a deliberate massacre. Tarleton himself was unhorsed and briefly incapacitated during the fight, which some argue led his men to believe their commander had been killed, provoking a furious response. By the end of the engagement, over 100 Americans lay dead, with many more wounded and captured. British casualties were comparatively minimal, with fewer than 20 men lost. Aftermath and impact. The brutality of the battle had profound consequences. News of the massacre spread quickly, fueling anti-British sentiment across the southern colonies. Tarleton's Quarter became a rallying cry for Patriot forces, reinforcing their resolve to resist British rule. The Waxhaws incident also played a role in the broader southern campaign of the Revolutionary War. Patriot militia forces, particularly under leaders like Thomas Sumter, Francis Marion, and Andrew Pickens, escalated guerrilla warfare tactics against the British, seeking revenge for the perceived atrocities. These efforts would contribute to turning the tide of the war in the southern theater, leading to significant British defeats at battles such as Kings Mountain and Cowpens. Conclusion. The Battle of Waxhaws remains one of the most controversial and emotionally charged engagements of the American Revolution. Whether viewed as a brutal massacre or a tragic consequence of battle chaos, the event left an indelible mark on the war. It intensified the determination of the Patriots and contributed to the eventual British withdrawal from the southern colonies. Today, the battle is remembered as a pivotal moment in the Revolutionary War, symbolizing both the horrors of war and the resilience of the American cause.